call is now being recorded.
Hi, Dr. Jennifer Caudle, are you there?
I am.
This is Nomalanga Mhlauli-Moses with Healthy Black Women, an affiliate of the Your Black World Coalition. Today we have Dr. Jennifer Caudle on the phone, and she's going to tell us a little bit about herself. How are you doing today, Dr. Caudle?
I'm good, thanks. How are you?
Great. I'd like to jump right into our interview questions, if that's okay with you.
Sure.
The first question is, what is your name and what do you do?
My name is Dr. Jennifer Caudle. I'm a family physician. I specialize in family practice. I work at the University of Medicine and Dentistry of New Jersey School of Osteopathic Medicine. This is a medical school that's located in South Jersey, in Stratford, New Jersey. I'm an assistant professor in the Department of Family Medicine, and I also teach medical students, of the ins and outs of family medicine as well with the family medicine clerkship. But in addition to my responsibilities as a teacher, as a lecturer, and as a clinician seeing patients, I do a lot of on-camera work. I serve as a medical broadcaster and appear on many different stations locally and nationally to talk about health topics. I've appeared on Fox News in Philadelphia, NBC, ABC, and I've actually also been on the Dr. Oz show twice. My second episode will be airing this summer.
Excellent. You sound very busy. I actually have seen one of your segments that you did, and I believe that we may have shared that information off on Healthy Black Woman.
Yes,
so
thank you for doing that.
Say that again, please.
I said thanks for doing that. I appreciate that.
Oh, no problem. We're always happy to give out information and share information when it's relevant to our health and us maintaining healthy lives. And you do an excellent job of giving information in those segments. I've seen more than one of them. You do an excellent job of giving us information that allows us to live healthier lives.
Thank you.
Please tell us how you maintain your health, mind, body, and soul.
Well, I think this is a fantastic question because honestly, in today's technological, fast, busy, earth-shattering speed pace that we all live, I think maintaining a healthy body, mind, and spirit or soul is truly one of the most important things that we can do. I think because the world is so fast-paced and so many women and men out there, we have lots of responsibilities. I actually also think it's one of the hardest things to do. This is something that I work on all the time, and sometimes I don't quite succeed, I have to be honest. But I think that it's important that we all really work on how to keep ourselves balanced. So there are a few things that I do. First of all, one thing that's really important to me is my family, my parents, my extended relatives, siblings. Family is very, very important to me. And one of the things I've learned to do over time is to take the things I think are really important and central to who I am and really put them first, unapologetically, being unashamed of it, putting them first because it's so important to me. So one thing that I do is make sure that I put my family first. Also, what's really important to me is the church. That's something that's personally important to me, and everyone is very different. And again, this goes along with whatever's important to you, putting it first. So family is important. The church is very important. I also have learned over time to try to minimize things that I know are not so good for me, whether it's people who may not have good attitudes, or I might always find myself frustrated if I spend time around them, to experiences or doing things that also do not support, my personal mission in life. Life isn't perfect. It's very messy, but I think it's also important to basically be around people who are good for you and do things that are good for you and try to avoid things and people maybe that aren't. It sounds very simplistic, but I think it can be useful. A couple other things I try to do. Definitely. That's for my mind, my body. I always feel better when I eat healthy. I'm the first one to love a hamburger and French fries. Don't get me wrong. One of my favorite meals of all time is a good burger and fries. But I also know that I tend to feel optimized and at my best when I'm eating healthy. And I like to do yoga. So that's something I try to do as well. So I think something I just learned over the years, which I've said, is maintaining, I think, a healthy mind body and soul really, for me, boils down to putting the things I know are good for me first and really, really valuing those things, family, friends, life, your body, all those things. And that's what I try to do.
Absolutely. I was listening to you introduce yourself, and I thought it was remarkable you do so many things. So I can only imagine that if you're not proactive about doing things that are good for you to maintain your own health, they can fall off to the side and not get attended. You can end up not attending to yourself. So I definitely agree with you that you do have to make a very proactive. You have to take a very proactive approach with the maintenance of your health.
Yes.
My next question for you is, you were selected for the spotlight because you're an excellent example of a modern woman with a challenging career. And again, just listening to you introduce yourself and all the roles and the hats that you wear is amazing. Can you tell us what your career aspirations are from here on out?
Oh, sure. It's I feel very blessed in many ways because the things that I hope to do are many of the things that I'm doing at this point right now. So for me, I think my aspirations are to continue being able to do the things that I love. I love being a physician. It's such an honor, in my opinion. I feel so grateful that I really get to be a part of people's lives in a very intimate way. Folks tell doctors stuff that they don't even tell their spouses or their family or things like that. So you really, it's a really important job that I value, and I love my patients. I love being a physician. I love being involved in that process. I always see myself sort of as a physician regarding, I think that might take some different forms, but seeing patients is at the central part of what I do. But I've also always thought of myself as a teacher, and I love teaching medical students and residents. So in my future career, I know I'll still be seeing patients at some way and also teaching. But I also like communicating outside of the office, which is what I get to do when I appear on television. I get to teach not just the patients that I'm sitting in front of, but, thousands and perhaps even millions of people. So that's also work that equally, just as the other parts, I really continue and hope to continue to do. So it's those three efforts, or the trifecta, those are my goals to continue.
Absolutely. I definitely wanted to agree with you that what you do is very important. Anytime people trust you behind a closed door, to be able to share things that are private and trust you to take care of them in that moment and to also not have whatever is shared in that room go beyond that room is obviously you do more than that, but I've always thought that was very important, whether it be in your role as a physician or in your role as a teacher, which you're teaching the physicians and so forth.
Absolutely. I agree. I do.
So the next question is always interesting. I'm always interested to hear the answer. What advice do you have for women who are professionals and want to maintain a healthy and balanced lifestyle?
I think that this again is a great question. One of the best pieces of advice I ever got was from a friend of mine. I think I was in medical school at the time. She was a graduate student, and at that particular point in my life, I said, I want to be dating the man of my dreams. I really would like a relationship. You know how sometimes we go through phases, and that's where I was at that point. And her advice to me at that time, and she was a woman who was very happy in her relationship. And one thing she said to me was, she said, you have to treat dating life or your relationship life just like you treat your work life, meaning it's got to be as important, and you've got to have clear goals and plans, and really consider it that way. So I've used that piece of advice and actually extrapolated it to the rest of my life. I think women who are professionals, they wear so many hats, right? You might be a mother, you might be a caretaker, you might be a breadwinner, you have a job, you have to take care of yourself. I mean, there's so many roles that women who are professionals have. And I think one of the things that it's really important for us to do is to make ourselves just as much of a responsibility as we make all the other tasks that we've signed on to in our lives. The importance that we place on caring for our families, the importance that we place on doing our job, that's got to be matched with the importance that we place on taking care of ourselves. And I think when we do that, it becomes a little bit easier sometimes to make decisions that will benefit us in terms of what's good for us and what is not, and making decisions that reflect that. So I think it really comes to putting yourself just as high up on the totem pole as we put all the other things that we do in our life.
It's so funny that you say that because I keep hearing that lately a lot, and I think it's because especially women, and especially women who end up in caretaker roles, is they do absolutely put themselves on the back burner. And the truth is, when you do that, you actually are not doing anybody any good when you're exhausted and irritable and hungry and all the other things that come with not taking care of yourself. So thank you so much for pointing that out once again, because I'm definitely guilty of it, and every other woman that I know who's busy, a mom, wife, and all those other things beyond your career, they always reach a point where they're thinking, I'm exhausted or I can't take it anymore. And usually what you can identify in the middle of that is that they haven't been proactive about taking care of themselves as well.
Right. So and that's okay too. Right. You know, it's okay to put yourself just as high up there as you put the family that you take care of, the job that you love, and all of those things. I think that also comes with it is understanding, just what you said, which is that being the best that we can be as women, as professionals, really actually benefits other people and all the other responsibilities that we're asked to tend to. So it's not a luxury, or it shouldn't be rather a luxury to put ourselves first. I really think it's a necessity to put ourselves first in the context of where we put everyone else and other things.
Absolutely, and thanks again for pointing that out. Is there anything else you'd like to share with the Healthy Black Woman and the Your Black World audience?
Absolutely. Well, I love connecting with Healthy Black Women and Your Black World, and I love doing stories and doing health interviews. I invite everyone to follow me and follow some of the stories that I do for you guys and information that I submit. You can follow me. First of all, you can visit my website at www.jennifercaudle.com. That's JenniferCaudle.com. You can follow me on Twitter at Dr. Jen Caudle, and then you can also visit my Facebook page as well, and you can search me under Dr. Jennifer Caudle, and you'll find my page. So I really look forward to connecting with people and to hearing from you and, the work we continue with Healthy Black Women.
Absolutely. Thank you so much. I just want to point out that the thing that has stood out for me, and I've said this before, which is so funny, when I interviewed another doctor just a couple of weeks ago, was if anybody, protests or women try to take care of themselves, we now equipped with ammunition. We can actually say it's doctor's orders. I'm supposed to take care of myself. And doctor ordered it. So I just want to point that out, and I just want to reiterate, your website is JenniferCaudle.com, and the last name is spelled Caudle, so JenniferCaudle.com. And absolutely follow Dr. Jen. And I can attest to it in real life. I have actually been following you, and I do love getting the tidbits of information. Sometimes I'm in a rush, but that's what's great. I've seen some videos that you put up on your Facebook page, which always give relevant information and helpful information, not just for women, but for our health in general. I just want to say thank you to you, Dr. Jennifer Caudle, for taking the time out to spend a little bit of time with us. And I hope that we can continue to work with you and share relevant information for not just women, not just Black women, but for our health in general.
Thank you.
This is Nomalanga Mhlauli-Moses again with the Healthy Black Woman, an affiliate of Your Black World Coalition. Thank you for listening, and be blessed.